Hello, I don't think that iFi audio requires any recommendation or introduction from my side. Everyone knows this company, there are numerous model lineups, they are actively saturating the market in different niches. They have high-end devices, more affordable middle segment, middle premium, and now they decided to conquer the most affordable price segment, and they released another tiny device. They of course have some small devices in the past, Go Bar or Go Blue, but this time they decided to target even more affordable segment, and they released iFi Uno. It's a small, I don't know, it's not portable in general, you can use it as portable, but basically it's more of a desktop device. You know, I'm a fan of separation here. If you need something portable, get a device with battery. If you need small dongle, get it, it's also okay option. But without battery, for me, it's like desktop device. I'm not saying that it's true or it's some definite recommendation. No, it's just my relation to this segment. For the desktop devices, actually, I don't want fiddling with battery, but for portable devices, I think battery is a must because it offers better power supply and better sound. But in this case, of course, you can do whatever you like. And it's small digital tonal converter with headphones amplifier built with ES9219, some portable version. Recently released chip from ESS, optimized for audiophilic targets when power consumption is critical. Of course, it takes some compromises, but anyway. And it's filled with different technologies. So 32-bit Hyperstream DAC. They even paid for support of MQA. They have some dynamic resolution enhancement, 3 modes and 1 disabled, so 3 equalizers and 4th is disabled one. And here are just product photos, and in technical specifications actually we can see output power more than 200 milliwatts for 32 ohms load and 39 milliwatts for 300 ohms load. So maybe it's not a perfect choice for high impedance loads, but pretty acceptable. And let's go inside of the box. Price, actually, I don't remember have I said or not, but it costs just $80. And you know, for this price, I have zero questions to the device. Main one is it should just work. And as you can see, accessory set is pretty simple. So sticker, some quick short manual, warranty card, and the regular USB Type-A to USB Type-C connector. So let's put off this paper part, and actually you can see it looks really superb. It's small, compact, cute, and of course it's built mainly of plastic, but still this plastic is interestingly textured, so it's pleasant to touch. And what we've got on the rear side, USB Type-C for digital signal input and also for powering it. And you're getting 2 full-featured RCA outputs, so you can use it as pure digital tonal converter to connect to some external amplifier. So lightweight, cute, and stylish. On the front we've got volume control. It also works as click, as toggle to turn it on. We've got one button to toggle these equalizer presets. They have LEDs inside. And also they have power match that you can turn on and off. And here is regular headphones jack, so iFi says that here they use their S-balanced technology to achieve better results even with single-ended earphones. They have tech papers about all that on their website, and actually I recommend you visiting their website. I will add links to the description. On the website they described all technologies and details about what they used here. So I don't want to extend this review even further. So actually you can see we can remove this protectors and will get 2 stripes of sticky silicone. So despite of its lightweight, it will stay really reliably on the surface. So let's finish this part. In my opinion, looks maybe actually great, or at least good, with the iFi signature style. Has a lot of interesting features, and let's proceed to the sound. As you can see, I've built this improvised setup, and here is a proof that it can be used as portable digital tonal converter, but it makes not much sense because it's not really convenient for pocket usage, and also it consumes battery, not super fast, but pretty noticeably. So, but I need to show some examples, and because of that I will use FIO M11 Plus. Actually, I wonder why iFi haven't released any portable player, because they definitely could do something unusual in terms of design and most probably features. But anyway, so it's pretty natural device if you don't engage equalizer. About equalizer I will tell a bit more later. It's an interesting feature that a lot of people will find useful. But let's talk about the stock option without engaging it. And in general it's natural, pretty resolving, with nice control and slight focus in the treble area because of a bit of additional energy. Actually, treble here sounds a bit energetic. Not too much, but this slight accent is noticeable. Of course, there is not much sense comparing it with more expensive models, and even, I don't know, Go Bar will be better in terms of sound, but for this price, this device offers a great quality. Actually, even greater quality if you will use it as a pure digital tonal converter with some external amplifier. So you can build some setup with a good amplifier, not expensive, but for example something by X-Duo, and this small device is cheap digital tonal converter, and in this role it's like really okay. It's natural, uncolored, and the rest will do amplifier. But per se, first let's speak about the bass. It goes to the maximum depth, controlled well, of course lacking a bit of refinement in texturing if we compare it to more expensive devices, but in general really good amount of small nuances and details, but no audiophilic rich saturated low frequencies. At the same time, keep in mind that in the default settings it won't boost low frequencies, but you can boost it with equalizer. So in general, it's pretty universal because you can use it for relatively critical listening if you want to focus on small nuances, and you can use it with some electronic music if you want boosted bass. It's not boosting bass too much, but of course the rest should do earphones. And first test track, actually not test track, example track, because for testing I use different set of tracks. It's Juno Reactor, Our World. I like this track because it has a lot of pretty saturated treble, and it sounds forward and slightly bit aggressive with this device. But also it has really fast, tight bass line, and this small device delivers it with unexpected tightness and firm control over the punches. So interesting results if you, especially if you like fast and not dry but punchy bass. Mid frequencies are almost uncolored, so for the mids everything will depend actually on the source, on the track record, and on the earphones. It won't try to add some coloration, actually it even don't trying to add some boost in the upper mids area by default, because there is a preset for equalizer for that. And basically what is in the record you will get. It won't try to boost dynamics or to add some warmth or coloration or something like that. But if it's present in track, you will get it in full glory and in really pleasant way. Imaginary stage is above average, not huge, but accurately built. Width is slightly bigger than average. Depth is about average, but everything is positioned pretty well. And the example for the mid frequencies, it's John Coltrane, Locomotion, and it's a really good example that when track is well recorded, this device will deliver it to you really nicely. Of course, it will lack a bit of realism comparing to more expensive devices because they better distribute weight, for example, but in general you'll get a good sense of instruments and performance, because I don't think that I need to say that it's a really fast music requiring a lot of control from the source. And treble, it's getting a bit of additional energy, and if you're sensitive to this part of the sonic spectrum, you need to try it before buying, or you can compensate it with earphones, of course, but by default it has a bit of additional energy and it gives treble more presence. It's a bit more saturated, actually pretty nice extension, not maximum, but pretty nice, and good basic overtone saturation, but of course no things like layering or that super extended overtones typical for more expensive device. If you need that, consider some more high-end digital tone-up converters from iFi, for example. They have XDSD, they have Griffon, they have a lot of offers like for any amount of money. But still nice basic overtone saturation, and because of that really nice airy representation. But on the treble rich track sometimes it's getting a bit too forward. And example, it's Pink Floyd, Endless River on Noodle Street, like really atmospheric track with lot of with that sounds of rain that is actually slightly highlighted by this device, and it sounds like more immersing into the atmosphere of this track, and with good representation of all that nuances. Of course, to fully enjoy this track you'll need something more expensive, but for this price really good value. Actually, my main complaint here is volume control, because for example with Noble Han it becomes too loud, too fast. So here it's too quiet, you rotate it like 1 or 2 hours and actually you getting into the a bit too loud area. So I'd prefer some kind of logarithmic scale here. And about equalizers, so 3 options, you toggle this button and it selects the first one, it's gaming. In gaming it boosts bass to the maximum and it boosts lower treble area, because probably boosting bass to get more effect from explosions or something like that from the ambient, and that lower mid area, upper actually not lower mid, lower treble area probably helping you with that things like aiming or hearing where enemy come from. But you know, it's my assumption because I'm not playing games that requires involving ears. I like games with great soundtrack, but not relying on positioning by sound. Next one is movie mode, and actually it's medium boost of bass. It's less than in game mode and in music mode, but it also boosts upper mids and lower treble area to make voices more accented and you hear speech better. Also pretty smart idea. And last mode is music mode, and it's basically bass boost. Same amount of bass as in game mode, but without changes in upper areas of sonic spectrum. And actually in vast majority of times I prefer this mode, because to my ears it compensates low frequencies a little bit, giving you more like balanced signature, and I like that. Speaking about the compression, there are tons of dongles here, but in my opinion it's not competing solutions, because if you need to use need to use some desktop device, it's like easy win hands down, because it sounds really nice and offers ton of additional features. Actually not ton, but noticeable amount of additional features. If you need some portable device, you definitely won't be using it, I think. So, for example, actually not fair comparison, but FIO Q11, because it also costs $80 and was released recently. It's exactly to me, you know, it's a device that you select either one or either another. So it's like one is for portable usage, second one is for desktop. But in terms of sound, actually FIO is a bit more tight and weighty on the low frequencies. On the mids they are pretty close to my ears. On the treble, FIO is a bit less forward. But here you can also use equalizer to boost some parts. I don't think that I can recall any other device in this form factor, like maybe FIO K3 Pro, but K3 Pro offers a more balanced sound to my ears and with better weight distribution, with less aggressive but bit more developed treble. And actually I'd like to see more such devices, because I think it's a good present for some friends if you want to use it as a gateway drug towards the audiophilia. And in general, like, it's the best digital to analog converter so far that I know in the below $100 segment for the desktop usage. So thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course have a nice day.